So what's up? We'll just jump right into it.
All right. Hanging in there.
Yeah, that's about how the rest of everyone is doing, I feel like.
Yeah.
Just kind of, making the ends meet, making it through the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Did I get up to anything interesting this week? It's like this is the last week. The next week is my last week before classes start for the fall. So I've just been kind of dicking around and doing a whole lot of nothing this entire week. I don't know. I made mapo tofu today. That was pretty tasty. That's really the most exciting thing that I've done all week. I've played a lot of video games. I uninstalled League of Legends, which has been pretty good to me. I'm probably not gone for good, but in the immediate, I've been very healthy, and I've been playing a lot of Magic: The Gathering Arena, and ranking up with my card games. I'm no longer into League of Legends. I'm in the League of Cards, I guess.
Hey, there are a lot of good card games out there.
There's a lot of good card games. I should play more. I should play more than just Magic, but unfortunately, I spent time in Hearthstone, and I don't like that game very much anymore.
I try to get back in, and it's just ugh.
Yeah,
the meta's just way too wild now.
Yeah, it's the not to devolve into the Hearthstone meta talk on this podcast, but the latest cards just seem very. It just seems like extremely based around making like highlight reels of crazy random effects happening and blowing up someone. But anyways, speaking of making crazy random effects happen, that there's not really crazy random effects in this movie. That doesn't work. Speaking of blowing up someone, I guess you want to get into this movie?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah. It's your number one Dutch Angle fan cast. I'm Sara, and I'm joined this week by friend of the show, Aiden.
Hi, my name's Aiden. Thank you for having me, and the Peanut knows all.
The Peanut does know all. So Aiden, tell us a little bit about yourselves. What's your history with horror movies? Do you have a favorite subgenre and or favorite horror movie in particular?
Well, I'm a graduated theater major, just living day to day, and as far as horror movies go, I'm a bit more of a fan of the thriller ones. Probably my favorite one, man, would probably be either Alien or The Thing.
Those are both really good. Those are both really high on my list also, so we are kindred spirit.
Nice.
But speaking of this is not an Alien or The Thing that we have chosen to watch this week.
Oh, yeah.
We have instead chosen to watch, as I have written down in my notes, Depth Note, the 2017 Netflix adaptation of the film or of the manga and anime. Of the anime, of the manga, of the God, what the fuck is the guy's name? I always forget his. I know it's Oba something, but whatever. It's Death Note, the movie starring one of the Naked Brothers band brothers. Nat Wolff, not the Naked Brothers band who wasn't in Hereditary.
Yes. Oh, yeah, he was.
Yep, that one was Alex Wolff. Yeah, it's got Nat Wolff. It's got Willem Dafoe as Ryuk, which is that's a really good casting choice. He just doesn't really get to do much in this movie, which sucks. We'll get into it.
Yeah, but it is a really strong casting.
Lakeith Stanfield is also a super good casting in this movie, in my personal onion.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good actor. It's just unfortunately, I feel like he kind of got kind of a bad hand writing wise.
Yeah, but so let's get into this movie. It's 2017's Death Note. Remember those halcyon days of 2017?
Oh yes, distant memories.
Distant memories. What happened that year? I think that year was I think that year had the Hollyweed sign happen in it.
Yes, I think it was.
And also the year that not to get political, but the year that Trump fired Sally Yates, and we were like, oh, this is going to be the end for the big man. The guy's going down. And we were all right. And now we live in a utopia because epic government said Hillary Clinton won the vote, and now she's president. We love our Khaleesi Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Clinton. Is that anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well, we'll get there. So this movie starts with we meet our special boy Light, who so much of my problems with this movie come from the fact that this is an adaptation of the original. The thing is that like there's a lot of like fun stuff in here that I would have accepted if they had not made this character Light Yagami, well, Light Turner, but Light Yagami. Like if they had just made an original story in the Death Note universe, I would have been so much more willing to roll with it. But because like, and not to say that adaptations can't change things, but they are keeping they keep a lot of the substance, but with none of the a lot of the form with a little bit of the substance and not the motivation for anything really. Like
yeah, it's just it goes beat by beat. It really doesn't do anything to try to originate itself from the original.
I think it makes some interesting decisions, but it also just like the decisions are like I said, this movie would be so much better to me. Like I would honestly have had a lot more fun with this movie if it was just a story in the Death Note universe and this guy was like Jeremy Turner and not Light Turner, and I mean, it could have still even been Ryuk. Like he could have just been like a different. He could have just been like a different guy.
Honestly, it was more like the one shot that came out recently.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was really good.
I believe we talked about it at length on our episode on Death Note anime that we did on this podcast. But so we meet Light, and the intro title crawl is really stupid. Like,
yeah.
So they kind of they do weird things to Light. Like Light in the original is a very like perfect golden boy with a god complex, and Light in this one is just a weirdo loser who sucks shit and does other people's homework for them. So he's a nerd. And we also meet our not like other girls girl who is just smoking in the middle of cheerleading practice during the title sequence.
Because you need to know Edge.
Yeah, you need to know that she is not like the other girls, because she literally just takes out a cigarette and fucking smokes it in the middle of like the cheer that her cheerleader comrades are doing at the same time.
Yeah, it's like it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. But the Death Note falls from the sky and he picks it up, and then it starts like doing a big storm. So everybody runs inside. Some bully, Kenny, is beating the shit out of some nerd kid, and then he starts being mean to the not like other girls girl whose name is Mia, like Misa. And then Light is like, hey, I'm gonna fucking protect Mia. Hey, Kenny, you've been held back 2 years, so you're an adult, and if you punch me, that's gonna be child abuse. And so Kenny just fucking decks him. Light gets in trouble, and he gets sent to the principal's office because his principal's like, hey, there was like a ton of other people's homework in your backpack. This is fucked up. You get detention for 2 weeks. And Light is like, Teach, you have the power to do something about these people who are beating people up. And the teacher's like, no, whatever, fuck you. Sends him to detention.
Yep. And it's like in this science lab, I think. Like,
yeah, I guess. it's like a combination detention / science classroom / storage room of everything.
Yeah, it's weird.
But in the middle of detention, the teacher steps out and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave. Don't fall asleep, or you have to do this day over again." And Light is like, "I'm gonna throw my books on the floor because I fucking hate school," and then pull out this death note and do some reading. And then Ryuk shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Ryuk the funny demon man, who is much more malicious in this than he was in the original.
Yeah, he's a lot more sinister. Like,
Yeah.
in the original, you can kind of tell he was kind of aloof, but you knew he had like an ulterior motive. But here it's just like, here's the motive.
Yeah, he's powerful in the other thing, but he's also like goofy and kind of stupid sometimes.
Mm-hmm. He wants a Game Boy Advance.
He wants a Game Boy Advance and a bunch of apples. That's all he wants with his life.
Mm-hmm.
But so he shows up and scares and we get like this like 5-minute scene that is just so boring of Light like freaking out about the scary demon man, and oh no, it's me. I'm Ryuk. Hey, you should kill that bully Kenny. And this is
one of my biggest issues with this adaptation.
Really? I'm curious what your issue here is with this.
Well, I mean, I think we'll get to it in a little bit, how he deals with the bully.
Oh, he decapitates him.
Yeah, but it's like, it's that American just a little bit too far.
I mean, to be fair, Light's second victim in the anime. The first victim is that guy that he kills who was holding a bunch of school children hostage. The second guy he kills, he makes the guy drive into street traffic and get obliterated by a truck.
That's fair.
But so he sees this scene is really weird because the bullying is like it's intimated that the bully is about to like sexually assault this girl in broad daylight because he's like pressing her head to his junk, and like that's bad. And then the camera cuts away and then it cuts back and the bully is like playing keep away with the girl's books, which is like,
shouldn't it be the opposite?
Like, I don't like seeing that. I want to see like that girl being, sexually assaulted by stupid bully Kenny, but also like going back and forth between those like levels of bullying is really weird. And like, I don't know, like it would make a lot more sense if the first thing that happened was the girl was playing keep away with the books, and then it escalated, and then Light was like, oh shit, I've got to kill this guy to save her. So Light writes, Kenny, whatever the fuck, gets decapitated by a truck, and there's like a Final Destination like series of events that leads to his face being obliterated by a ladder. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, that's I actually was reminded of Final Destination a lot in this film.
Yep. Yeah. Light does a lot more. I mean, not to say that Light in anime doesn't do a lot of precise deaths, but it's literally most of the deaths that he like makes extremely precise in the anime is for the sake of his, like, for the sake of like doing shit, and not just like for the sake of fucking around and like giving people gruesome deaths. Light's, and I gotta say, Light's first kill just saying, "Okay, I want this guy decapitated." That's really funny to me.
Yeah, because it's like, just decapitate him, I guess.
Yeah, just give him the old pop head chop.
And he goes.
Yeah, and we cut to later that day when Light is having dinner with his dad, and they have a big argument over. So Light's mom is dead in this, which is honestly not much. Like she may as well have been dead in the originals in the original anime because she doesn't really get to do much of anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember her much.
Yeah, she's not really in it. Like it's very the Soichiro and Light show in the anime, and also his younger sister who shows up for like 3 episodes, gets used as a pawn in one, and then is wheelchair bound for the rest of her life in the episode after that. Which is, Light Yagami has never respected a woman, but also neither has the guy who wrote him.
That is, shit.
So, and Light has this like argument with his dad because mom got killed by this guy who walked out, who like got out of jail because his dad paid his way out. And Light is like, Dad, you're not an epic enough cop to just like pull out your gun and blah 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 that guy in the street for killing your wife. And Dad is like, fuck you, son, fuck you. Go to your room, take an apple.
Yeah.
Light goes to his room and like pulls out the death note and is like, I'm gonna read the rules. Let's do, and then he says, oh god, there's too many rules, I'm not reading them. Which, like, original Light was so I hate to be like doing these nitpicks, but also like I feel like they make these decisions to, like, super Americanize this character for some reason, like, and it's like, are we in the anime, like, Light knows so many rules about the books. Like, he literally discovers things about it that Ryuk doesn't even know. Like, Ryuk literally says oh shit, you can do that with the Death Note. Oh fuck, I didn't know that. Like, he says that like twice in the anime.
Yeah, and here it's like Ryuk kind of has to like handhold him throughout the entire process.
Yep. One scene that did make me laugh, speaking of Ryuk handholding, by the way, is when before Light does his first kill, he's like, hey, I don't have a pen, I can't write his name. And then Ryuk like just holds up a big ballpoint, and Light is like, thankfully you have a pen.
Yeah, that got a chuckle out of me.
Yeah. But so yeah, and that's another, like, Ryuk being helpful. Also fun, a funny thing here is that Light calls him Ryuk, which did make me laugh because there's like some notes written in the margin that's like, Ryuk is not your friend or your pet, hate this guy. And Light's
then he's like, it's Ryuk,
yeah. But so Ryuk also hand holding here is like, that doesn't really happen in the anime because like Ryuk is like just kind of he's just that tweet that's like, mate, I'm just having a laugh the entire time.
Just having a giggle.
He's really just having a giggle of the whole thing, where he's just like kind of just like sitting and watching Light do shit, and like only helps Light when apples are in the mix for him. Like, he pulls like things he pulls strings to make Ryuk help him. Ryuk never really helps him out of like the kindness of his heart or the sinisterness of his plans.
Yeah, that's true.
What else?
So yeah, he writes the name down. We get another Final Destination.
Yeah, so scene. he writes the name of his mom's killer down. And is like, okay, I want this guy to die by getting a steak knife through his throat. And like the guy has like a fucking another Final Destination thing where he like trips, where like a waiter trips and falls and knocks the guy's head onto knocks the guy's face onto his table, which knocks his throat onto the steak knife. It's Final Destination shit.
Yeah, and then his dad comes in and is like, yo, my B.
Yeah, the dad's like, hey, the guy died. That's cool.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you. Bye. And then we go forward to the next day where Mia, the girl from the opening, is like sitting and talking to Light in the bleachers during gym class. And Light's like, hey, I can't tell you about this book, but do you really want to know? Because I'll tell you about this book. I have a death god. And if you touch this book, you can see him. And like, they do this to like, this is like literally, I feel like only in there to just like throw a middle finger to the anime. Like where he's like, hey, touch this book and you'll be able to see Ryuk. And she's like, I can't see a damn thing. And Ryuk is like, only the keeper of the note is allowed to see me.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds a lot like Aku. Your impression of him.
You know, if you squint and you're red-green colorblind, Aku does kind of look a lot like Ryuk. He's got the tendrils. He's got the eyes, kind of.
Yeah, plus they also are like both silly yet malicious characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and she's like, "Yo, that's rad."
Yeah, she's like, I don't believe you, but then he's like, hey, I'm gonna make this guy this guy. He's like, okay, I gotta pull up these streams of murderers happening.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulls up a stream of some woman being held hostage in a shop, and he like makes the guy put down his gun, do an army salute, and then walk into traffic and get creamed by a SWAT truck. Like his body explodes like a Mortal Kombat fatality when
Yeah,
gets
it
hit by this
does.
car. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. And so yeah, and then she's like, "Whoa."
And she's like, that makes me your girlfriend now because I'm big horny for murder. And they make out in front. They make out about it, and there's like a montage of them doing killing. Like they kill like a Chinese torture guy, and they make out in front of his Alienware laptop.
Yeah,
Well, they're literally just making out in front of his Alienware while watching Live Leak. It's really funny.
they're just going world star on everybody.
They are. They there's a fun montage. There's like a bunch of news outlets being like, this is what's happening. There's like a fucking Dennis Prager ass looking guy who's just like, the globalists are responsible for this set of false flag conspiracy theories. Kira is not real. He is just like, it's Alex Jones, but looks like Dennis. He looks like Dennis Prager, but he is Alex Jones.
Alex Jones. Absolutely.
Yeah. But like we see through the news that like the cops kind of love Kira because crime's going down.
Mm-hmm.
And we meet Elle, who is played by Lakeith Stanfield in another excellent casting call, I Am Onion.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's one of my favorites, especially since I'm such a big fan of the character in the first place.
Yeah. No, it's really good. But the thing that really gets me about this is how the fact that he like has a reason for why he eats candy. Like the first thing that happens is like we see Elle on the scene of one of the crimes where Light caused the murder of a bunch of dudes in a strip club and also all the people working at the strip club for some reason.
Because sex is bad.
Yeah, sex is bad. But they go to the car and we meet Watari, who's pretty young in this. Compared to the grandpa butler dude who is Watari in the anime. I actually kind of like the look of this guy. I like this version of Watari, but it just, he seems more like of a contemporary age with Elle, which is weird because the first thing he does is sing Elle a lullaby to get him to sleep, and also tell Elle that the candy that he eats gives him insulin to make his brain go faster, but only for an hour. And it's like, why can't Elle just enjoy a tasty sweet treat?
Like an original.
He can just enjoy the candy like a regular dude.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a stimulant. I mean, technically it is. It's sweets, but
right, but yeah. It's
not like a psycho drug.
Right, absolutely. But oh god, what happens next?
So I guess Elle arrives on the scene. We meet them, and
so okay, I got my notes. Light's dad, James Turner, I think it is.
Yes.
He walks into his office where the special L team task force is. And instead of there being like a small squad of guys who are doing it, there's literally nobody else in the room, and someone has written "fuck you." Like, what is it that's written on the whiteboard? It's like "fuck this" or whatever.
Yeah.
And James Turner makes sad cuck face and is like, well, I guess no one's gonna help me do this. But then Watari shows up and is like, hey, I work for L, and Mr. Turner says L is real, which means that he is. Which I'm extremely happy to inform him that given what with the recent leaks of the Mario 64 data, L is real. 2403.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. You didn't see that. You didn't see that stuff going around a week or two ago.
I saw the Abomination Yoshi, but that's about it.
Yeah, no. It was confirmed that there was at some point there were plans to put Luigi in
Oh yeah.
Yeah, L is the thing that's on the statue in the game. L is real 2403.
Okay. Yeah, because in the original, everyone just knew him as kind of a TV screen with the word L on it. He never really came out unless it was like something really important.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it makes sense that he's kind of like, wait, L is real?
Yeah, L is not fake, but uh, L is like, listen, everybody thinks that Kira is operating out of Japan because of his name and because everyone has written Kira's name in Japanese because he made him do it. He made them do it somehow. But actually, Kira is in Seattle, which now this movie's I don't know if it was mentioned beforehand, but I guess this movie takes place in Seattle.
Yeah, and actually, there's some really good shots of Seattle throughout the film.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to Seattle. I should go
Me neither.
I should go sometime once the Roni is over.
Yeah, the Roni pepperoni.
Yeah. Fucking. So, Mr. Turner is no. Okay. Mia finds a Kira worshipping site where it's like, hey, these are all people who we think deserve to die at the hands of Kira, and Light's like, I don't like this very much, which is like, this anime really takes a very sympathetic position towards Light, and really demonizes Mia. Like, I mean, not to say that like I think Mia should not be demonized, but also like they. This character is very different from Misa.
Yeah, no, it feels like a very much Lady Macbeth situation.
Yeah, like he gets them into it, but he's like, oh, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I've softened on my ideals of my. He does not have the utilitarianism that Light Yagami has. Light Turner is a pussy ass bitch with no ideals, basically.
Yeah, and Mia's like, do it for the vine.
Yeah, dude, she is. Oh my god. Okay, I like a dark web version of Vine that's like Live Leak, but it's Vine. This might be a bit too morbid, but just like 6-second loops of Final Destination ass deaths happening in real life.
I'm sure somebody would probably do that.
Vine Leak.
Vine Leak. Ooh, that's good.
But yeah, then we go back to Papa. I keep wanting to call him Papa Yagami, but it's Papa Turner. He meets L, and Watari puts an ice cream cone into James's hand, which made me laugh really hard. They have like a debrief where L is like, "Wow, you did all this on your own. I very much respect that. I'm gonna go on TV and taunt Light because he thinks he's figured it out that Light can't kill without a face or a name or something.
So that's why he covers everything up.
Yeah, I guess so. But so Light can't do it, and he gets mad about it.
But not being able to kill him.
Yeah. And then Light says no more Death Note because he doesn't want to do it anymore. He doesn't like the way that it makes him feel to do the Death Notes.
And doesn't Ryuk at one point be like, stop being a pussy ass bitch?
Yeah, I think yeah, pretty much. He pretty much is exactly that. Stop being a pussy ass bitch, Light.
You've driven the sword in. Like there's blood on your hands.
Yeah. But Light says no more Death Note, but his GF Mia is like, yes, more Death Note, and she steals a Death Note page from him without like it's just the most obvious thing in the world that she stole the page from him because like they're hanging out at his place. She runs upstairs for no reason and then comes back downstairs and is like, okay, I'm leaving now, buddy. Bye. And Light does not really think anything of it whatsoever. And then all the FBI agents who have been brought in to look at to try and figure out Light all die.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, whoever could have done this.
Yep. And then I think this is largely where the story largely diverges from any because the FBI agents do all die in like episode 8 or 9 of the anime, and then things actually probably honestly earlier than that, given how early Ray Penber's wife shows up, but I digress. The story like kind of just takes a hard left from here from the source material, because at this point Elle has basically figured it out, because Elle's dad goes on TV and is like, we are all hashtag Seattle strong, and we are the cops, and we will never be beaten, even when 12 FBI agents get killed, we are still hashtag Seattle strong, hashtag back to blue, hashtag let's go Mets, baby, let's go Mets. But and
hashtag Blue Lives Matter.
he would hashtag Blue Lives Matter. Light is like, well, that sucks. I can't kill my dad. But Mia is like, are you kidding? We have to fucking kill your dad. And Light's like, no, we're not killing my dad. And that's it. And then Ella's like, oh, okay, I figured it all out. He confronts Elle, and now Ella's like really fucked up about the idea that someone else should get their hands on the Death Note and would be like, which is like, it's like Light Turner is afraid that someone like Light Yagami would get the Death Note.
Yeah, basically Mia is Yagami.
Yeah, more or less. I can work with that, except for she's like not as cold and calculating as, well, she kind of is, but she gets outfoxed anyways because Light is just that epic and smart.
Somehow.
So he's like, okay, I have to kill Elle. How do I do this? I'm gonna write Watari's name down, which is, he can just write Watari. I guess that's his full last name. I could just write down like, well, Prince is dead, but I could write down Prince, and I would be able to and that would kill Prince.
Yeah, I mean, technically that shouldn't work, but yeah, I guess that's
like if I write down slash in the Death Note, is death. I know I'm sorry, I'm nitpicking the Death Note, but still, like, slash is eaten by his giant hat and dies.
Well, technically, it still has to be within reason. No sharks coming from
no shark attacks on the toilet. Yeah, point. Okay, so someone puts a knife in Slash's hat, and it falls on his head.
Oh, I guess you say he got shredded.
Shut the fuck you.
Thank you for my first and final appearance on Fear Baiting.
But so, yeah, he writes Watari and is like, Watari will become obsessed with knowing the name of Elle. He will go and he will call my number and tell everyone about it, and tell me about it so that I can kill Elle. And Watari is like, I don't actually know this dude's name. He's been Elle ever since I knew him, but I will go to the orphanage where he was held for 15 years as part of the Rochester Project, which was I don't think this was in the anime. I think Elle was just so happened to be a really smart dude and was not hardened in like 7 months of solitary confinement.
Yeah, that's basically it. He was just kind of gifted to begin with.
Yeah, and he found Mello and Nier to be like he found them to be his worthy successors, but there was no like project about it. But I digress. But he goes off and like tries to find that out. But in the meantime, Light, Mia, and James are all having a nice dinner. At which point, Elle like just kicks in the door and hops up on the chair, doing his little gremlin sit that everyone I knew in 8th grade really loved to replicate.
Yep.
Elle is like, Light, I know you're Kira, and you need to fucking do where the fuck is Watari? He's gone, and I'm so mad, and I will hurt you. And then James is like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, dude. You cannot threaten you cannot threaten me or my large adult son in my home.
Yeah. And it's like,
Yeah, it's But then Light and Mia go to homecoming.
Oh yeah, because school's still a thing.
Yeah. Because they gotta have homecoming, and then they're like, from here. There's only like what 30 minutes left in the movie from this point, I think.
More or less.
And so much of it is underscored by like 80s music hits. It's really funny in some points.
But yeah, it's a whole left turn.
Yeah, so yeah, Watari goes to Elle's orphanage and is like, okay, I'm calling Light. L's name is, and then the door gets kicked open at the orphanage, and Watari gets blasted in the head and dies.
Because Mia wrote it, I think.
No, because what happened is Light originally wrote, after 48 hours, Watari will die.
Oh yeah, and he was like, shit.
Yeah, he's like, by whatever means. He says dealer's choice because it's not going to matter because I'm going to burn this thing, which are like, those are two rules that were, well, one rule and one absence of a rule, because Light is like, I could just burn his page after it's been written and then he won't die, right? And Ryuk is like, yeah, that's true, but you can only do it once per book. One time. And then also the heart attack thing is not like the default death anymore, I guess. Like,
yeah,
but
I know it had to be like 2 days in advance.
Yeah,
like you can't go farther than that.
Yeah, you cannot go further than 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, no, technically, even if the page was burnt just because he wrote it down, then wouldn't he still die?
No, because I mean that's the rule that they invent. That's like, okay, if someone writes your name down, we ain't gotta. You're fine. If someone burns the page, you're gonna be okay.
And
that's how he survives at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, true.
But so what happens is, Watari gets blasted, and L finds out and just goes absolutely sicko mode. He pulls out a gun that's like, I'm trying to think, it kind of looked. This stupid gun looked familiar in a way that that I'm having a hard time putting into words. It looks like did you see the movie? Did you ever watch the movie Triple X, like the original Vin Diesel Triple X?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You remember the gun that he gets in that movie? That's like, it's got like the sleep darts that have like the squibs in there for like realistic blood splatter stuff to make it look like he actually killed someone. That's the gun that L is packing here.
Yeah, that gun's stupid.
Yeah. And around this time, this is when we find out that Mia has written Light's name in the book and is like, listen, give me the book. I will go on being Kira because you become a pussy ass bitch about it. And Light has a stupid top hat for the dance, which is very funny.
Yeah.
But L is just like running around town, like failing a David Cage QTE.
Yeah.
Like he slams a guy's, he like runs through a diner chasing Light and like slams a dude's face into a bowl of soup for no reason.
Does L have a dream?
Do humans?
Oh my god. That's a conversation for another time.
Yeah. But so L gets Light into the back alley and is like holding him at gunpoint and is like, hey, this is what I said would happen if anything happened to Watari. And some chef walks out the back and L is like, don't you fucking move. This guy, I'm working with the police and this guy is Kira and I'm here to stop him. And then this moment made me laugh. I actually liked this moment a lot. Because the chef guy at the restaurant like just bangs L over the back of the head with like I don't know, something heavy, and it was like he like salutes and was like, Lord Kira, and Light is like, oh cool, thanks dude, peace, deuces, because this guy is like one of Kira's like super fans on the website. And so they go to a Ferris wheel for the big finale.
Yep.
And at this point I noticed there are 18 fucking minutes left in the movie.
Yeah.
It's so long, but
it feels like forever.
There's a confrontation. So Mia and Light hop on the big Ferris wheel, and they go climb into they go ride it very high up to the very tippy top, and they have an argument. But then the Ferris wheel starts to break down, and we see like Ryuk fucking metal bending the Ferris wheel apart, and it's really funny.
Like, I guess he can just do that now, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Like we do find out that Light specified that the Ferris wheel would fall apart. So like, I guess that makes sense. But seeing Ryuk like just like weaving, like just swinging his arms wildly back and forth and making the Ferris wheel collapse to pieces is really funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
And then another 80s hit kicks in because Light is holding Mia, and is like dangling her, like he's just barely holding onto her outside the Ferris wheel, but she slips and falls, and the page that says Light's name on it also gets torn out of the book at this exact moment, and falls into a fire and burns, and Light doesn't die because of it. But Light also falls out while this cheesy 80s hit is playing over the top of it. Mia lands in like a garden and just immediately fucking dies. Light falls into a big body of water. And for a second, I was like, there is no way that you could survive falling from that height, even into water. And then I looked it up, and apparently that is a real a real Ferris wheel. This is like the Great Wheel or something.
Yeah, it's the Great Wheel in Seattle.
Yeah, that one. Which is only 175 feet high, and you need to be at least 225 feet, give or take, to be lethal falling into water.
So it's possible.
Yeah,
they did their homework, I guess.
But he survives, and then we see this movie is still going because Light survives the fall.
Yeah.
And Elle is like, and the killings keep happening. And as such, Elle is just like ousted from everything. He like gets sent away and is like, well, hey, listen, this is Light Yagami is definitely Kira. And the cops are like, definitely not. He's been in a coma for like 3 weeks. He's been in a coma for like so many days, and the Kira killings are still happening. You fucked up, idiot. Bye. And then Light wakes up, and his dad's there and is like, it was you this whole time. I should have known. I should have known why that news article about the guy who murdered my wife was missing from my safe. It's because you took it. So we get this explanation. We get this explainer about how Light orchestrated his death. He looked up some doctor who had like groped patients while they were under anesthesia, and like made him resuscitate him after falling from the Ferris wheel, and also
then take his own life.
Yeah,
right?
then kill himself, and then wrote another guy who would like fucking would recover the death note from the water and would write names in it himself, so he would not, so that Light would not be implicated, and then also kill himself because this guy was a child molester, and then he wrote Mia's name in it and like talks about how he like wrote that the Ferris wheel was going to collapse and explode and everything. And then he's like, and that's how I did it. And Dad, trust me, it's like you said, it was a lesser of two evils. And then Ryuk like peeks out of like a curtain, from behind a medical curtain, and was like, you humans are so interesting. And then the movie ends.
Yep.
God. On a scale of 0 to 5 ladder decapitations, how many ladder decapitations are you going to give this movie?
I would probably give it 2.5 decapitations.
Yeah, I liked this a lot more than I thought I was going to, but
it could have been a lot worse.
Like, honestly, I think I'm about the same place as you, but straight up, if this movie had just been like, if this movie had been about like, you know, Jeremy Turner and, you know, not Elle. It doesn't have to be Elle. I mean, it can still be Elle, whatever. This could be like a prequel or something. I don't give a shit. If this is just not literally Light Kira, I like this story so much better. But like the fact that it's like half adhering to the actual story of Death Note is just so weird. I think I'm also going 2.5 ladder decapitations. So the third ladder decapitation is a ladder like just colliding with your head, but does not knock it off.
Yeah.
A ladder concussion.
But yeah, no, just this movie has a hard time discovering what it wants. Like, it wants to be an adaptation, wants to be its own thing, and you don't know which you're going to get. I was going to say, if this was more like the one shot, like mentioned earlier, I would like it a lot more.
Yeah. All right, let's get to these questions. And you can do your plugs, and then you can go take care of yourself because tummy sick.
Yep, tummy sick.
Okay. First question. Would the movie be good if you had no knowledge of Death Note the anime? I think it would be. I don't know if it'd be good. I think it'd be fun. Like, this movie is stupid. This movie is very stupid, but this movie is very stupid, but in similar ways to the way the Death Note TV show was stupid. Like Death Note anime is dumb as hell. Like
Mhm.
the best scene, the scene that best exemplifies that to me is the part where Light and L play tennis for 5 minutes, and Light is just trying to decide how tryhard he wants to be, and if being a tryhard will implicate him as Kira, and if being good at tennis will make him Kira to L,
Yeah.
and it's really funny.
Honestly, I would agree, yeah. Like, if he had no knowledge of the original Death Note, this would be a fun film. Probably wouldn't be the best film, but it'd be fun.
At Flourishcaster, I don't know if I said Flourishcaster for the first one, but at Flourishcaster also wants to know: are you familiar with the excellent Korean film I Saw the Devil? Apparently, the dill hole who made this movie is remaking that. Is there a god, and if so, can I petition her for mercy upon our souls? I don't trust this director with I Saw the Devil. I've seen most of that movie. I never finished it for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but I really liked the first like 9/10 of that movie. And I should go back and watch the last 10/10 of it so I can have it done. But yeah, I like that movie a lot, and I don't trust this guy one bit with that. Like, this guy needs a much dumber plot to work with, I think.
I have not seen that film. I'm gonna get around to it, and there is no God.
There isn't. But there is no God. Sorry.
Yes. Answering the latter part of the question.
Yeah. So we're gonna do quick recommendations. What are you recommending? What do you have to recommend?
Honestly, in terms of just animation, there's a really good short series called BigTop Burger.
Yes, I love BigTop Burger.
Oh my goodness, it's so good. So I would recommend that. And in terms of stuff on Netflix, Beastars.
Beastars is. I need to watch Beastars.
It's something.
Nice.
It's basically Zootopia, but way hornier.
And less cops.
And less cops. Although there are some cops, but not as many as there. Zootopia.
Yeah. My recommendation this week is going to be Dark Souls 3. I've been playing it again. It's a good video game. Probably, I'll still always prefer Bloodborne to it, but I think it might be my favorite of the Souls games, of the proper Souls games, that is. And
it seems like the most well-tuned.
Yeah, very much so. And equip load is much less of a headache to deal with in that one, which is fun. Because equip load is routinely the worst part of any Dark Souls game, where I'm like, I want to wear this cool Knight of Karim set, but I can't wear it without having the shittiest roll in the world. So I'll just run around fucking naked. Why not? All right. So you can hold on for like 5 more minutes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Aiden, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at Notch the Bee on Twitter. I do have a YouTube account just under Aiden Bonacci. It's not updated often, but if you want to see some Yakuza 7, I've been playing that.
Nice.
It's a fun game. I can't wait for the English release.
I've heard really good things about it. And also I've seen that that video clip of someone summoning a bunch of crabs by dialing it on their phone.
Crabs, yes. Also, this isn't really much of a spoiler. You do fight construction vehicles.
Oh, fuck yeah. All right. Thank you everyone for listening to this week's episode of Fear Baiting. We are fear baiting everywhere. That is Twitter, Gmail, and Tumblr, which we don't use, and Patreon. Patreon.com/fearbaiting helps support this podcast. $1 a month gets you early access to the episodes. $5 a month gets you your name right on the podcast, and you can have a message right on the show. $10 a month lets you pick a movie for us to watch along with all that other stuff. So thank you very much to Ducky Aisha, Paul Moran, Kit Spindler, Michael Kaiser. We are very thank you very much to Blair, my constant editor of these podcasts, and Seda, who is responsible for the intro and outro music you hear at the start and end of this podcast. Their music can be found under People You Meet Outside of Bars, or just head to gaygothvibes.online for more. I can be found on Twitter at Sunhatzhenya, SUNHATZHENYA, And oh yeah, thank you to Noisepace.xyz, our podcasting overlords who we love so much. Thank you, Matt GameCube, for hosting this and so many other great shows on the Noise Space Network. Listen to 0 to 0. It's one of my new favorites. They talk about the failed reality show Who Wants to Be a Superhero, which is it's conceptually a fun idea, but one of the worst implemented reality shows I've ever heard of. I cannot recommend 0 to 0 enough. I think that's going to do it for this week's episode. So until next time, I've been Sara.
And I'm Aiden.
And remember,
you can put a fucked up guy anywhere.
Good night, everyone.